Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. Okay, y'all. I am like in a makeshift what is it called, office today. Okay. With that being said, the message I have, before I get started, thank you guys for joining me for March Madness. You know what I'm saying? I am determined to record videos and glorify God all month long. My birthday is coming up on the 30th, so this is kind of what your girl does. Okay, videos are getting a little late, are coming to you guys a little late today, but you know what I'm saying. I am determined to ensure that y'all receive them. The message I heard was, I am the Lord. Okay, the scripture comes from Deuteronomy 6. These are the commands, decrees, and laws the Lord your God directed me to teach you to observe in the land that you are crossing the Jordan to possess, so that you, your children, and their children after them may fear the Lord your God as long as you live, by keeping all his decrees and commands that I give you, and so that you may enjoy long life. Hear, Israel, and be careful to obey, so that it may go well with you, and that you may increase greatly in the land flowing with milk and honey, just as the Lord, the God of your ancestors, promised you. All right. So here's a message to somebody. God is saying, for someone, there is something that he asked you to do, and you are thinking to yourself, but whatever this is God has asked you to do, it has no effect on what God has for you. It has no effect on certain things. Like, I would say, for example, if God has asked you to stop drinking, and the promise that you have is related to maybe like owning a business or something like that, and you're thinking to yourself and you're thinking to God and you're telling God, well, why do I have to stop drinking? Drinking doesn't have anything to do with the business I want to start. Drinking wouldn't stop me from creating this business. Drinking would not keep me from being able to achieve the success and the goals that I want to achieve. And God is saying, please listen, okay? I want you to have a long life. I want you to be able to not only obtain the blessings that he has for you, but he wants you to be able to enjoy these blessings as well. And if you continue to ignore what he's saying, it doesn't mean that you won't receive your blessings. It doesn't mean that the blessings will never come into fruition for you. It doesn't mean that it will be impossible for you to receive any kind of gifts or any blessings that God has for you. However, God is saying that these are things, the rules that God is trying to implement in your life, they don't have to do with you receiving your blessings per se. You're going to receive them regardless, but it has to do with God wanting you to live a long life. Even if it's a situation where God doesn't want you to hang out in certain areas and hang out with certain people, it's not that God feels as though these people will be able to interfere with you receiving the blessings that he has to you. 333, as I say that, it has to do with situations where someone is at the wrong place at the wrong time. It has to do with situations where someone is achieving success, achieving goals, and there are other people that are deliberately trying to stop them from achieving these goals. Um, Sometimes we are fighting God about being able to hang out with certain people and go to certain places and do certain things, and we don't see what God sees. We don't understand what God understands. There are sometimes when there have been times in my life, in my past, when I would be insisting on hanging out with certain people and going places with certain people, and I was blind to the fact that these exact people that I thought were my friends, and I considered them very close to me, I considered them people that I love, and they literally will be going out of their way to set me up. They literally will be going out of their way to cause problems for me. And I just feel like God is saying, for somebody, you are blind to the fact of this person trying to strip you away of your blessings. I feel like for somebody, there's someone that is trying to strip these blessings away from you. They're trying to keep you from receiving the blessings that God has for you. And you can't see it because they are doing it in such, I hear, devious way, in such a sneaky way that you can't even realize what they're doing. Um, I'm being reminded of, I don't know if it was a movie or a TV show. It was something I was watching. And there was like a couple, and the man, oh, okay, Grown Ups 2. So me and my husband were watching Grown Ups 2 last night. And in the movie, Adam Sandler has moved back to his hometown with his family. And he is at the grocery store with his wife and his children. And while he's at the grocery store, there is a woman that is the wife of someone he went to school with. While he's there, he is just picking up random things. And, he's basically just like, grocery shopping. His wife separated from him to go and grab something. And this woman also separated with her husband because they were going to try to, just to quickly grab what they needed. And she goes up to him and she starts kind of like telling him that she's trying to throw hints to him that she wants to mess around with him, that she wants to be intimate with him. And he is completely confused. He is completely oblivious to what she is talking about and what she means. And he is just kind of like clueless. And at the end of their conversation, she gives him a piece of paper that says that she wants him to meet him. She wants to meet him by his mailbox at a certain time because he was having a party that night. However, he didn't look at the paper. His wife tells him, "Give me the paper that she gave you." And she looks at it and she reads it and she puts it in her mouth and chews it and walks off. But I just feel like God is saying that for some of you, you don't even see the traps that are being laid out for you. You can't even see it. You are completely oblivious. You have no clue what's really going on around you. And God said, you better open your eyes, okay? You better open your eyes to what's going on. God is saying that the things that he is telling you, when he is trying to tell you that there are certain commands that you need to pay attention to, when he is trying to tell you that there are certain things that you need to understand, when he is trying to tell you that there are certain things that you need to do and to not do, it is not because he is trying to harm you. It is not because he is trying to cause you any pain. It is not because he is trying to make you feel as though you're going through it, or he's trying to make you feel as though you're not going to achieve the things you want to achieve. But God is just basically trying to protect you, okay? And although in this situation, the situation that God reminded me of, it isn't a situation where he was about to get a divorce because of that. However, if he would have remained oblivious to what she was trying to do and carried on with that friendship, eventually it could have caused a damper in his marriage. And it wouldn't have been because he was deliberately trying to cheat on his wife with this woman. To be honest, watching the movie, I feel like he wasn't even interested in her like that. He never saw himself being with her like that. He never intended for it to seem that way. But his wife saw it immediately. And I feel like God is saying that he is like this. He sees it immediately. He realizes what's going on far before we realize what's going on. And sometimes when God whispers in our ear and tells us not to do something and to refrain from saying certain things and refrain from going to certain places and refrain from doing certain things, it is for a reason. And like that is what the message is. God is saying that it is not that he is trying to cause you any harm. He is trying to bless you, okay? There is something that he wants you to possess. There is some blessing that he has in store for you, but you will not be able to receive this blessing if you ignore what God is telling you, if you ignore what God is asking of you. God says he wants you to enjoy a long life, and he wants you to possess the land he has for you. He wants you to go out and achieve the goals that you have for yourself, okay? That's the message, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me for March Madness. I love you guys to bits and pieces. Thank you to everybody that donates and everybody that got me something for my wedding. I really love you to bits and pieces, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, deuces.